Mm. The Little movie. Boy, I went to go see Little. What was that? The top of April, sometime. I only really like to do reviews if they're gonna be positive because I write scripts as well, and I have every intention on making it in the film industry as a writer, as a screenwriter. So I don't care for coming on here and not saying anything positive. You never know who you're gonna cross somebody. But then again, that's kind of like not keeping it real. Well, I guess it don't matter because the movie's already out. Damn, I don't. I can't remember how much they. I can't remember the budget. Well, I did look at it, the budget and how much they made. I don't even feel like getting up and looking at it, but yeah. What I did see was I think it was like I think the budget was like 20, and I think they had made 20 the last time I looked. So like, cause the first week they didn't break even. So the second weekend I know for a fact they broke even. If the budget was really just 20, because a lot of times like on Box Office Mojo it'll be like 20 million, but really like with they say sometimes they'll leave marketing out of the budget, so like maybe it was 20 million and then maybe 10 to market or 5 to market, depending on how they market it. So in my head, screenwriter perspective, I'm like, I think you spent more than 20, but so when I'm looking at the figures, I'm like, damn. But I said all that to say they did break even. We don't know how much of a profit they made because we don't know. I'm glad they broke even. And I was not surprised when I did go do my little, due diligence. I didn't care for the movie. I didn't care for it. Not that it matters because the movie's already out, and whoever didn't seen it pretty much done watched it. And it wasn't that many people. Well, it wasn't as many as I thought. I thought it was gonna do like 40 mil first week, at least 30 something. First week, no. Yeah. I did. I thought it was gonna be like Girls Trip, cause Girls Trip went over 100 million, and it was #1 first week and all type of shit. So, yeah, I expected a lot from the movie. Pretty much the movie, they just gave it all away in the trailer, and what you see in the trailer is actually like what it is. Like that, the best moments is in the trailer. Like when. So basically, I'm not gonna go into further detail. It's not that big of a deal. Basically Regina Hall, she's like the exec of a marketing company, and she has this client, this really big client, and she has a deadline on a project she's working for the client. And so let's just say for instance the deadline's tomorrow. Well, okay, so she walks into work one day and she's being rude and being a bitch, and there's this little girl who she's outside doing magic, and she always does magic outside the office. And she was like, you need to get from in front of here, you need to go on with your business. So she goes in, she goes to her office, come back down, and now the girl's inside of the building doing her little magic. So she's like, you need to leave and disappear fast. So the girl's like, I wish you turned into a little kid, because you was a little kid on my level. Like, I would make your life hell because you're rude, but I can't really fight you and talk to you any type of way because you're an adult, I'm a child. So she does her little magic wand, and Regina Hall, which is Jordan in the movie, but we'll say Regina goes to bed, she wakes back up, and she's now a child. So basically, Marsai Martin. Oh, by the way, Issa Rae is her assistant. So Marsai is now a child. DFAX comes over and says, you got to enroll her in school. She goes to school. She wasn't really excited about going back to school because she got bullied when she was a kid. So this just reminds her of just being a kid all over again. And the reason why she asked this was because she just couldn't wait to get grown and get money, and she could talk to people the way that she was taught to in school, which is not right at all. So when she got to school, as a little kid, Marsai, She thinks she's flirting with the teacher. She's thinking she's gonna fit in with the cool kids because she's fashionable. The kids don't see it that way, and they bully her at school, and she fits in with the losers, and she helps them audition for a talent show. She gives them confidence, pep talks, gives them makeovers. They snap it up on Instagram and stuff like that. But basically, she didn't enjoy her experiences being a kid. Fast forward at the talent show, which is she helped the losers of her little clique, loser squad. She helped them with the talent show because she was in a talent show and embarrassed herself when she was a kid. So now she's a kid again, and she's trying to make it right via them. And so after the talent show, the little girl, Issa Rae runs up with the little girl, and she's like, please turn her back to grown. So she's like, I wish, and she goes back to sleep, wakes back up, she's back grown again. But in between, all of this, Marseille, she's in school. She can't be an executive, or Regina can't be executive because she's a kid now. So Issa Rae has to find her confidence because she's very soft spoken and pushover. Yeah, passive. That's the word. So she steps up and she submits an idea. Because she didn't like what Regina had going on. So she presents her idea, and the client ends up loving it. So that was her time to shine while Regina was gone. So that was a good part of the movie. There's this little young dude that Regina's messing with. So he's showing up. He has keys to her house, so he comes over and does that's the little dance you see on the commercial. He does a little dance for them and stuff. And they keep throwing him out, like, you got to get out, give me your key. That little stuff like that. He's like, oh, I didn't know I didn't know Jordan or Regina. I didn't know she had a daughter. And she's like, yes, I am the daughter. Like, they just, it's a lot of playing along. That's what the movie's about. Just a lot of, there's this big lie and we got to keep it going and, try to create comedy around that. To me, it wasn't, I ended up, like, at the end, like, once it got towards the end of the movie, like, I said, like, the last 10 minutes, I just got up and walked out, because I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom, and I can't hold it any longer waiting on y'all to wrap this up, because the movie was, like, almost 2 hours. It was almost 2 hours, and to me, it was just, like, 2 hours worth of nothing. Like, it was focused a lot on her being bullied, and she kept going back to her past and the future. I don't feel like the whole movie should have been centered around that. I just don't. It was just a mess. The movie was a mess. Like, it just wasn't that funny to me. Like, Issa had some cute Issa was the funniest person in the movie. But, it's just joke here, joke there. It wasn't even nothing to write home about. Like, it was just, like, nothing. It was just, like, 2 hours of nothing. So, yeah, I spent a lot for that movie. I didn't go cheap on that one. I wish I did, though. But, it's always good to support your own. And I love to support films. Just because one day I also want to support mine. So, yeah, I'm always in the movies. But that one was like, man, that was a waste of $16 and some change. Boy, I was mad about that. Lord. It's not Will Packer's fault, No dish to you, because that might be who I need, No dish to you. It's just the script was just, it wasn't no content to the script. Like, it dwelled on too much of nothing. It wasn't enough comedy. Like, there should have been more parts. Like, like Tyler Perry always links stuff. What you call it? Subplots? It should have been more subplots. It was just a whole hell of nothing. I rate the movie a C. C something. C minus, C plus, just a C. I didn't like that one. Regina Hall looked beautiful as always. That's why I went. I had to go support, Issa Rae, it was good to see her acting, and well, she has some Insecure, but it's good to see her in a movie, and it's always good to see writers. It's always good to see them act. Like, I love it. She played her part. She did what she could with the script. She's very funny. Her facial expressions are everything. She's a great actress. I want to see more of her. Marseille, no shade to you, I know that she had a lot to do with the movie. I know she's becoming a movie mogul, media mogul. Oh, she continues. She's young. She's very talented on Blackish. I love her little sarcastic ass. She's she, she played a great role. It wasn't the actors. It was just the material. It wasn't there. But yeah, Marseille, you did a great job acting, and it was a great idea. Great idea. It just should have been more. Because I know Marseille was behind the idea too, as well. So yeah, just lackluster. Yeah. It was good for April though. You know, it wasn't a summer flick, it was a spring flick. So that's just something you throw out in the spring. Yeah. Didn't enjoy it though, so tell me what you think, comment below. That's all I got. Deuces.